Hello everyone, I just wanted to do a short video. Basically, I got into steel bending last October. I live in the UK, so finding bending stock, rated bending stock, isn't the easiest of tasks. There's a couple of companies out there, David Horn's World of Grip, and the Gods of Grip. Now, I was already using certain items from the Gods of Grip, like the rotating handles and pinch hubs and so on and so forth. So I was aware that they did steel bending. So I looked at some of their stock, and they do. I wanted to get into it, dabble with it. And then I was at work. I bent a nail at work, not a big one, but it was enough to set me down a path of like, oh, yeah, I've really enjoyed that. So I looked at the Gods Grip, and then I do a starter kit and I do a beginner's kit. They do boxes up to advanced. So the starter box contains a selection of short bars and some nails. The beginner box, again, short bars and nails. I ended up going for the beginner box because I thought you got more for your money, should I say. But I can appreciate where somebody would spend I think the starter box is $22.95 compared to the beginner box at $44.95. So I can see why people would, if they're starting out, rather spend, over £20 less. But I decided to go with the beginner box, and I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to just alter the camera and go through basically what comes within the boxes. So here we have a selection of nails, of bars and nails. Now I've written down a list. So in both boxes you get a bend card. So it'll show you up to your legal bend. You've got to be within 2 inches. 5 centimeters. So you've bent your bars. So like this one, for example. Measure the inside leg compared to the outside leg, and it's got to be within that 2-inch line there. As you can see, that one just in. This is a black steel one. This one's a bit heavier, but it's still within the 2, but we got there. So yeah, in each of those you get a Gods Grip card. You get a pair of suede leather wraps. In both boxes you get the 20 60-penny nails. In the beginner box you also get a bag of chalk, 100 grams, which is useful for obviously chalking up your hands and also chalking up the wraps. And then we go on to the actual bars themselves. Now in the starter box, they're rated on a star system. So a 1 star is the easiest of the bends. You can see it on the TV, that's okay. Let's tilt that way a little bit. So we've got the 1 star there, 2 star, next level up, 3 star. So for example, this is a 6-inch by 4mm. Next one up is a 6-inch by 5mm. This is a 7-inch by 6mm. And as you can see, there's a bit of a jump in length and diameter. So in the starter box, you get 20 of those, 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these. You also get 2 3.5 stars, which are slightly harder than this one. Now I don't have any of those on me at the moment. So that's what you get in the starter. Now the beginner box, you get 5 of these. You don't get the 3.5s, but you do get 5 of each of these bars. They also include in the beginner box a series which mimics the iron mine nails. So they go from white, green, yellow. There's also a blue and a red. Going up in difficulty again. So this is what they call their exemplum. This is the exemplum white. This is a level 1. An exemplum green and an exemplum yellow. So you'll get 2 each of these bars in the beginner box. In fact, you get 3 of those, if I remember rightly. And the gabanas. So this is like a black steel. This is a slower bend. So it's a slightly different challenge. We get 5 of these. This is their beginner one. This is the gabanas. And a really interesting bend on this. If you see, as an example, an exemplum yellow bend, you'll see this is a bit more of a V shape, whereas the black steel is more of a U shape. This is a bit slower on the bend. So anyone, and also you get a boatload of elastic bands as well. So that's $44.95 for all of what. Just again, I'll put a link in the description. So I would say, going forward, if anyone's starting out nail bending and short steel bending, God's Grip, especially if you're in the UK, a phenomenal company. Now I need to double check whether, I'm pretty sure they do an international postage. I need to check on that. But again, they are from the level 1. When they say, you know, that a beginner, an outright beginner, which is what I would class myself as, especially back in October, this is something you can bend. You get it chalked up, wrapped up, and it's quite straightforward. Whereas if you didn't have that, it would be quite mentally defeated. Now, I again, when I got into bending, I bent the exemplums, the level 1, the level 2, and the level 2 was a bit tougher. And then I came across one of these, 60p nail. Now this defeated me. I couldn't bend this for love nor money. So this was my hard bar at that time, and it took a bit of training, but I got there. We got that one bent, and we're now snapping those. So again, it's a gradual progression. It's very addictive, and I like to do, like I said, a series of videos on, especially bending in the UK, bending on a budget. But this is today, if you're starting out steel bending, I would definitely check out the God's Grip and look at their starter box, their beginner box, and see which one you feel is right for you.